Hello, and welcome to this informational presentation on the Upward Bound Summer Program. First and foremost, we're excited to announce that this year's program will be in person on the NCCC campus. That's right, your student will get to experience what it's like to be a real-life college student, staying in the dorms, eating in the cafeteria, going to classes, and spending time with other students from around the area. But before we begin, let's introduce the Upward Bound staff. Our director is Adrienne Vaughn, and this is going to be her 4th summer with the Upward Bound program. She was also an honorary member of the Blue Man group for a few minutes, but due to creative differences, they had to part ways. John Leahy, seen here portraying an alien enthusiast, is our program assistant. This will be John's 2nd summer program on campus. My name is Dan Carroll. I'm the academic coordinator for Upward Bound, and this will be my 6th summer program. But whether this is your first or your last summer with us, I know you'll have fun and make memories that will last a lifetime. I'll be walking you through this video, covering all the details we thought would be important to share. But if you still have questions, you can contact me or the rest of the Upward Bound team through phone or by email using the contact information found here. Okay, let's get started. For those of you who are brand new, here's a little more information about the Upward Bound program. We are essentially a college prep program aimed at helping high school students excel academically, figure out what they want to do after high school, and gain valuable skills and experiences along the way that will enable them to be successful in their future educational and career goals. Our services are offered throughout the year, but the summer program is by far the most extensive and most beneficial. Each week, while school is in session, we visit our 4 high schools and provide some kind of lesson ranging from ACT prep to organization. Once a month, we host a Saturday Academy for all of our students to participate in an educational workshop together. When we're not in a global pandemic, we usually use these opportunities to travel, touring colleges, visiting museums, or experiencing something cultural like a play or a symphony. I should probably mention that all of these activities are not only free to students, but they're being paid for their participation. We call them stipends, and students can earn them all year long while they're actively participating in Upward Bound. I'll talk a little bit about stipends later, but for now, let's move on to some questions you might have about the summer program. Move-in is Memorial Day, May 31st, starting at 2 p.m. We will be staggering arrival times until about 3:30, so please be sure to let us know when works best for you. Students will stay on campus through Friday afternoon the first week and return Sunday through Thursday every week after that. Check-ins are at 6 p.m. every Sunday and check-outs start at about 3 p.m. on Thursdays. While the summer program lasts 6 weeks, typically we would spend 5 weeks on campus, ending July 1st, and go on a trip for the last week, July 5th through 9th. We are still waiting for approval for the end of the summer trip, but if it is not approved, we will continue with a 6th week on campus. Any supplies you might need will be provided at move-in. This includes a Chromebook, class materials, and bed sheets. You'll need to bring your own pillow and blanket, along with clothes and bathroom products like shampoo and deodorant. A complete list of what to bring and what not to bring is available on our website. I'll put a link in the description. Also on move-in day, you'll get to meet our resident assistants. We plan to have 4 to 5 RAs this summer who will be staying in the dorms while students are on campus. John, Adrienne, and I won't be there overnight, but don't worry, your students are in good hands. Our RAs are there to make sure everyone is safe, knows where they're supposed to be, and to enforce policies and procedures in our absence. They are on call 24/7 and will be responsible for handling any issues that may arise throughout your stay. Now let's dive into the schedule a little more. Each morning you'll wake up in time to leave for breakfast in the cafeteria by 7:50 a.m. Breakfast is from 8 to 8:50, then it's off to your first class for the day. You'll attend a second class at 10:30, followed by lunch. Then to kick off the afternoon, students will have either a life skills lesson or study hall. Next comes free time, or work study, which we'll explain in a little more detail later. Dinner is from 5 to 6, and every evening features some kind of group activity. That's a lot to take in. Let's break things down a little further. With the exception of the first week, which runs Monday through Friday, you'll have the same classes on Mondays and Wednesdays, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Students will be divided into one of two levels, largely depending upon their grade level. For example, on Mondays, from 9 to 10:30, Level 1 will have either Math or Spanish, Level 2 will have the other, and then from 10:30 to noon they'll switch. Each class will have its own Google Classroom for turning in assignments and tracking grades. Students must complete and pass all of their classes in order to receive their full stipend at the end of the summer. The afternoon session will alternate between life skills and study hall. Life skills vary from career exploration to cooking, while study hall gives students an opportunity to catch up on any assignments they weren't able to get done in class with the help of a para or upward bound staff. Checkout on Thursdays includes having completed all assignments for the week, so take advantage of having this time to get help. So to recap, we'll come by and wake you up around 7:30 a.m. for breakfast. You'll have 2 morning classes before lunch at noon, life skills or study hall from 1 to 2:30, work study or free time until dinner at 5, a group activity each evening, and free time until lights out at 10:30. It's a full day, so we highly recommend students get plenty of sleep each night. Keeping that in mind, there will be an RA on duty, making sure no one is up or out of their room before the 7:30 a.m. wake-up call. Of course, if there's an emergency, the RAs are always there to assist, as well as a security guard on duty overnight. Students who have passed all of their classes during the regular school year are eligible for a work-study position. These are like part-time jobs and will be assigned based upon availability. Some of the different work-study options include helping in the cafeteria, working with the college maintenance and custodial staff, being the official photographer, or assisting with other duties assigned by RAs or the upward bound staff. Everyone has the potential to earn $200 per month during the summer program, but with a work study, you can earn up to $300 per month. If your student would like a work study position, please indicate so on the paperwork you fill out for the summer program. More on that later. Having an in-person summer program definitely has its advantages, but there are also several precautions that must be taken in order to ensure everyone's health and safety. We encourage all who are participating this summer to get their vaccine. This is one of the easiest ways to help limit any threat due to exposure. We will be conducting random rapid tests each week, including every staff and student on move-in day, except those who have been vaccinated. These are not the brain swab tests that you may have heard about, but they are designed to get results back very quickly. We're hoping that by staggering students' arrivals, we can get everyone tested in about an hour. In addition, we ask that all students wear masks while they are around other students, including outside of their own room in the residence halls, during class, and while being transported to and from activities. We will also be distributing cleaning supplies so that students can sanitize their shared living space each day. We know this is not completely what we're used to, but we think it is still a small price to pay in order to have our summer program in person rather than virtual. Let's take a minute to talk about the theme this year. In an alternate reality, planet Earth is being set up for an attack by an advanced alien civilization. To make their conquest easier, they have deployed what is known only as the Factory, a machine that produces an imperceptible army of nanorobots that infect anyone they come into contact with, rendering them incapable of fighting back. Referred to as acrasia, the infection causes lack of willpower and an overwhelming desire to give up. In order to defeat this enemy, different factions from multiple realms must band together and eliminate the Factory's power source. Students will be grouped into teams to work together to find the Factory, remove the power source, and defeat acrasia, all while earning glory for their faction. They can also complete objectives to unlock upgrades such as first in line at meals or reserving free time activities. During our group games in the evening, teams will also compete against each other, improving their overall strength and communication skills, which will be crucial for survival. Finally, there is some paperwork that must be completed before students arrive on campus. You can download and print the forms from the link in the description. There are consent forms, rules agreements, and most importantly, a calendar for students to fill out any conflicts they might have with the schedule. We will try to be as flexible as possible, but all absences must be approved by the program director. Students who are gone during class time will still need to make up any work they miss. Please contact us if there are any changes, such as who is allowed to pick up the student at checkout, as soon as possible. Before we conclude, I would like to address some hypothetical questions you might have. First, who is allowed to visit students while they are on campus? No one will be allowed that is not written on their visitor list, and only at the discretion of the Upward Bound staff. There are several days each week where students are free to do as they please while they are off campus, but we are going to do our best to minimize exposure to anyone outside of the program throughout the summer. Second, recently graduated seniors will be part of the Bridge program. They'll have their own schedule, but are encouraged to participate in all evening and free time activities with the rest of the students. We'll give some more details about the Bridge program shortly. Third, who is allowed in a student's room? Only the student and their suite mates are allowed in each other's rooms. There are shared spaces during free time where students can interact with their friends. We are aware that many of our students must take prescription medication, and we are happy to hold on to those prescriptions in an RA office in the lobby of the dorms. If students wish to bring Tylenol or any other over-the-counter medication, they can keep those in their room. We touched briefly on security, but how can you trust the students will be supervised appropriately? As we mentioned, we have resident assistants on staff for the duration of the summer program, but there is also a security guard on duty every evening, so rest assured that they will be kept safe and required to abide by all policies and procedures. What if my student has specific allergies to food? The cafeteria will be able to accommodate any meal requests, so please be sure to list any dietary restrictions in the paperwork mentioned previously. If my student is interested in driver's ed, will they be able to still participate this summer? Absolutely. We've had a number of students in the past complete both with no problem. We are happy to transport them, but they will need to make sure to check with their teacher to see what they'll be missing each day. In case you were wondering, snacks are optional, but you're welcome to send your student with any goodies that would help them feel more at home. If you have a mini fridge, please coordinate with your roommate so that we don't bring more than is necessary. As for bringing things that are not on our approved list, they will be sent home or confiscated immediately. Illegal substances or weapons are serious offenses and will be treated as such. We hope to prevent this by examining bags brought in each week, but we will not hesitate to call the police in the event of an emergency. On to something more fun, what is allowed during free time? RAs will be stationed at different locations, such as the gym or video game room, and students can sign up to participate in a number of different activities. Or they can feel free to read a book, work on homework, or take a nap in their own room. We're going to try something different this year with regards to cell phones. Students will be permitted to have their phone on their person throughout the day, as long as they are respectful with its use. We reserve the right to revoke this privilege at any time if it becomes an issue. There is a purpose behind everything we do, and the most important thing aside from safety is your education. That being said, any student with makeup work for the previous school year will not be considered for a work-study position. They will work on their summer courses during free time until they are finished. Along with passing their Upward Bound summer classes, the amount of work they complete for these courses will determine whether or not they are able to attend the end of summer trip. Last but not least, we'd like to cover some ground rules for our Bridge students. The Bridge program is for recently graduated seniors, and their schedule is a little more loose. They're required to move in and check in each week the same time as the rest of the students, but are able to leave and return freely, as long as they check in and out with a staff member. They are responsible for one class, Art Appreciation, that is for college credit, and an advising session immediately following 4 days a week, except the first week, which will be Tuesday through Thursday. They may attend meals and other activities, but the only other requirement is that they must be in their room with the door closed by 10:30 p.m. unless they have special permission from staff. I hope this video provides you with a better idea of what to expect this summer, but I know we may not have answered every question you have. If you still need clarification on something or need help finding or filling out the paperwork, please send us an email, give us a call, or send us a message on Facebook. We're happy to help in any way that we can. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you at this year's summer program.